Alright, Shalom. It's the brother from the GMSNORTHCAROLINA came back from another video. Before we go any further, with all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, teaching us the word of saying truth according to the Bible rule well. And peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel, take their supreme power of Yahweh Shai. Gonna get to a lesson about, the spirit of, sighing, crying unto the Lord, being in a solemn mindset, a serious mindset in these times, you see. And with us being in a serious mindset, we're gonna know and see and understand, let's get that, that Yahweh Shai is well pleased with us being, let's get it. This is the house of mourning. This is Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. So being in the party spirit, in which that's what America promotes, folly. Folly is setting great dignity here, and this an error, by the ruler. The ruler being the wicked elite of the society is an error, and it has caused the people to go astray. No one is considering, their ladder in what's going to be the punishment for them living a life of sin, living a life of YOLO. You see, only those that have come back and have woken up to what the truth is. Verse 4, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. Now, the heart of the wise is gonna, scriptures talk about, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart, which we are inside that same chapter, But it said the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. So, we're gonna get, the account in Peter's with righteous Lot, how he was sighing and crying. He was in the house of mourning. Why? Because he was amongst wickedness. You see, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. The fools are those that are indulged in the simplicity, being a captive here in Babylon and not wanting to be free. Those fighting over status, materialistic things, all so they can stay here a little longer and commit their wickedness. So like, yeah, 2 Peter's. This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 6, and it reads, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes. Now everyone knows this account. Everyone understands what they were doing in Sodom and Gomorrah. We don't really need to speak on that, but the Lord turned those cities into ashes. And that's the same thing that he's going to do to Babylon the Great. You have the movie The Dark Knight. You have Bane saying when Gotham is ashes, then you'll have your, basically when Babylon the Great is ashes, then the elect, then the whole earth is going to be at peace again. You see? Then righteousness is going to flourish. Then the people are going to understand what it means. Then people are going to understand that this is the judgment that comes with you ruling your society in wickedness and you living in such a manner. You see? It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes. And doesn't the scriptures talk about how Babylon the Great shall be overthrown? The daughter of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You see? making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly. And that's what's promoted here. We know they got this whole agenda, this LGBTQ, XYZ agenda. It's promoted everywhere. On the TV, they have this pronoun game. You have head CEO, you have head companies, telling that they're not going to do business with certain other businesses unless they allow these transformers to be CEOs of their company. So you see the kind of agenda they're pushing. You got the new GayBZ that they're pushing on the kids, and us being the righteous, believers of Yahweh Shema Shai, we should be sighing and crying unto the Lord for all these abominations. Everything that's done here in this society is turned upside down. It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly. So that was the example of what happens when you rule your society in such a manner. You see, and the Lord's going to make another example out of this Babylon. You see, because this place has everyone here is walking in great pride. Verse 7, and delivered just Lot. Now let's get this. Now when it talks about delivering just Lot, let's get it. It says righteous, observing divine law. So Lot was righteous. When it says and delivered just Lot, it means delivered righteous Lot, a man who was righteous, a man who was willing to follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible, to follow the ways of the Heavenly Father, no matter what the multitude of the people were doing. And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. And we are vexed with their filthy conversation. Let's get this definition for filthy. Unbridled lust. See, they were having unbridled lust. What's the definition of unbridled? Unbridled, unrestrained, uncontrollable. You see? Meaning anything that they saw, they did, and that's the state that Babylon the Great is in. If it feels good, do it. If it, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life, that's what's promoted here in America. Their unbridled lust, uncontrollable lust. That's that filthy conversation. It says, and delivered righteous Lot, vexed with the unbridled lust of the wicked. You see how they were conducting themselves, because when you look up the word conduct, it goes into your actions, which is about to say it. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and we are dwelling among the wicked in the society. Really, you have a remnant here in America, scattered across the four corners of the earth, that are following the ways of the Messiah in these last days, who are repenting, who are turning back sorrowfully, who are seeking the Lord, and they're amongst a wicked and perverse generation, of their own peers, their own nation, and these heathens, which are ruling over us. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. So Lot was vexed with the conversation of the wicked. Now the Lord delivered Lot, and we should have that mindset of putting off these pleasures of sin, which is really but for a moment, because the things that are seen are temporal, but the things that are not seen are eternal, so that we may inherit a glorious kingdom, Lord's willing, to be part of the elect. Let me see if I can find this. This is Hebrews. Yep. It's Hebrews 11:24. By faith, and that's something that the heart of the wise, the mind of the wise will have. They will have faith, because that's what makes them wise. You see, they have faith to believe on the scriptures of Yahweh Shema Shai, and they believe on them, and then they go to following the ways of the Lord. They have that foresight, and they foresee the evil and the judgment that's coming down the pipeline, coming down the near future of all the wicked doers, all those that do evil. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. So that's the mindset we have to have. This pleasure of sin is only for a season, for they are going to be overthrown. You see, the triumphing of the wicked is short, so we have to be in a serious mindset, sighing and crying to the Lord, you see, and asking Yahweh Shema Shai to send, asking the Heavenly Father back to send Yahweh Shai back so we can get out of this place, and then righteousness can be established on the earth. Ezekiel 94, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is who? Who is Jerusalem? Where is Jerusalem? Jerusalem consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the nation of Israel. You had in the movie Thor, you had Thor's father, Asgard had got destroyed. Brothers understand the movie. And his father told him, the people is what make up Asgard, not the land, you see? And it's the same concept with this, Where do you think they got that from, the superhero movie? But you have the children of Israel, they make up Jerusalem. It tells you that in Ezekiel 5:5, 2nd Maccabees, I believe it's 3:48, if I'm not mistaken. It said, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. This mark is a mark to be exempt from judgment, you see, to be preserved during these evil times. Let's get it. And set a mark. Let's get it. A mark. It says desire mark. A mark. A sign as a sign of exemption from judgment. So this is a spiritual mark that Yahweh Shema Shai would place upon those that are sighing and crying, that are in the stead of righteous lot. You see? And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. So the others will be those who are obviously not sighing and crying, those who are living it up, they're about to celebrate this wicked pagan holiday, so-called Christmas. We'll keep it, that's what people are going to celebrate in these times, especially you Jakes. I've had numerous family members call me and ask me what I'm going to get, grandma for Christmas and this and that. Oh, and that shouldn't be your mindset. Here it is, this jab and this left hook, from Esau, Edom. This devil has a plan to eradicate you, Israelites. And your only defense is going to be from the Lord. You see, and Lord's willing, we'll do a lesson on that later tonight. It says, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Because right now the Lord is having compassion and pity on his people. But what do? They reject it. They go in the way of sinners. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. So the Lord is not a respecter of persons. You see, though all that live ungodly in this world are going to be judged. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So Yahweh Shema Shai, he's going to deliver those that are sighing and crying onto him. You see, let's get one more scripture and close it out. This is Luke chapter 18, verse 7. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? I tell you, he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? And the Lord's that faith that's gonna be found on the earth is gonna be by his elect. You see, through all the rough times that are gonna come upon the earth, in the midst of this judgment, the Lord is going to preserve his remnant. And in great fashion, he is going to deliver those that were not down with the program, that was not down with this wicked agenda that's being pushed out across the four corners of the earth. Lord's willing, I'm saying.